Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for session 2 of World Card Making Day. I'm just gonna make sure everything's good. I am coming to you not the usual way, so please bear with me, and I hope you are having a great World Card Making Day and getting lots of crafting done. And I'm here to answer any questions you may have. If this is a hobby that you want to get into or a business that you want to get into, please ask me any questions. I am happy to answer them. You can call me or text me or email me, whatever works for you. You are with Rochelle Laird-Smith at Stamping Flair in Melbourne. So I am sharing some fun cards with you today, just a variety techniques, variety of stamp sets. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my camera. So just to share with you the fun that you can have with card making. It is very therapeutic. It just very relaxing, and you can have lots of fun with it. And it doesn't matter whether you have never crafted before. You can learn, and it's not a hard craft to learn. We have some kits as well, which is a great starting point for you. So today, or this more afternoon now, I'm creating with the Delivering Cheer stamp set, which is one of the stamp sets in our mini catalog. This catalog has been out now a couple of months, and if all the stamp sets in both our catalogs are 10% off for World Card Making Day, so that sale runs till Tuesday, and that is through me. So please contact me to place your order. So that's not a Stampin' Up offer, that is through Stamping Flair on all stamp sets, because the basis of stamping is stamps, ink, and paper. That's the beginning of stamping. All the rest is extra. So I'm just going to turn this camera around, and we'll get to our card making and see how we go here. Just bear with me. Apologies. Oh, they're trying to fix this up. Just bear with me. It's not a very smooth transition, guys. There we are. Well, I get used to the new method of doing this. Here we are. That's better. Okay, so this is the Delivering Cheer stamp. So this is another new one for me, which I've got probably within the last month, and it is really sweet stamp set. It's Christmassy, but I think you can change it up for birthdays and things like that, because you do get a fern and the gifts, but those gifts could be birthday presents, and that could be really like autumn or just a bouquet of flowers, because that's not specifically Christmas. I am making a Christmas card with a change in color today, so it's not the regular color palette. But really, two-step stamping, you can mix and match those outfits, and very vintage stamp set. You can find it on page 22 of your mini catalog. And I will share with you where my inspiration sometimes comes from, so so hold on with me till the end of this video, and I'm going to show you where I got some ideas from for this card. Please say hi if you're watching with me. I've also got prizes today for sharing my video and videos through the day. And so everyone who shares comments, you need to comment and share on the video. And if you do that, I will enter everyone who in a draw for some prizes. I've got some fun prizes there. So I've got some Sahara Sand cardstock as your base, and basic white cardstock, which I'm going to be using for my stamping. This is cinnamon cider, which I've cut down to size. Tell you the measurement because I didn't really. 7.5 by 11.5. And these pieces of paper are our in color pack of designer series paper. So we'll get paper, designer series paper in every pack, in every color we have. So this is our in color for 2021 to 2023. So to start with, I am going to do some stamping. I am using these stamps. So I've mounted the stamps prior. So this stamp and this one. And we'll use a piercing mat because the stamps are photopolymer and I like to have some nice crisp images. So this assists in that because you get something nice and spongy underneath. This is not an expensive tool. It's inexpensive and it just helps you. It's nice to have all the time. It's something you can keep using. So I've inked it up with Tuxedo Black. Let's see which side of my cardstock is not dirty. So I'm giving it a good press. When you stamp, see, I got a mark on that. Let me try this side. Doesn't matter. I'm going to be coloring it anyway. I shook that, I think, and I got a mark under that boot. Now we are going to align that stamp above so it matches up. Sometimes you just get your head over it. I'm not right over it, so I don't know. But if you stand, sometimes it's easier. I find when you stand and get an image, so it helps. Now you see mine is a bit off, and I knew that. I had a feeling because I wasn't right over. So this is how sometimes I will fix it. This one's an easy one to stamp. So I messed up, but if I got my head in the way, so I just use my black marker, and that's the beauty. Our markers are exact shades, and like if I stamped this in cinnamon cider, it would have been exact shades. I fixed that up. My little cheat method. Now I have this little banner, which I'm going to cut this out of. Now this banner is from, or tag if you want to call it, which it probably is from the Sweet Little Stockings bundle. And that's a nice little tag that works well. I'm going to be coloring this. Use this side so it's the cleaner side. And I've got quite a few stamping blends which I'm going to use to color this lady. And hi everyone, please say hi to me so I know who's watching with me. I'd love to see who's here and give you a shout out. Okay, so I've got a bit of a combination. We've got the stamping blends of Soft Succulent, Soft Sea Foam, Pale Papaya, and Petal Pink. Now they are very similar, the lighter shades anyway, so I do have to look at that one. So we've got light Petal Pink. Even though they're very different colors, when the lighter shades, they look, that's Pale Papaya and that's dark Petal Pink. Okay, see, it's like Pale Papaya and that's dark Petal Pink. See how similar they are? I'm just leaving the Petal Pink aside for a moment. So with our stamping blends, they come in shades of 2, like in colors. So when you get a Pale Papaya, it's a dark and a light shade. So that's how it comes. You get a broad tip and a thinner tip. and there are alcohol markers. So I'm going to start with coloring the girl's dress. And I'm using Soft Succulent. This is my favorite, I think, in the colors, in the new in colors. So I start with doing the outline with the thinner side, and then if you have a large area, I use the brush tip, but just be careful when you do the edges, that because it tends to go, sometimes it spreads the alcohol markers. So there is a color lifter which you can use, and that helps. One of the purposes of it can lift the color when you do go over. Another purpose is to bring light color, so when you have a light falling on it, where you want to bring shadow and things, you use that. I will add shading with the darker Soft Succulent on this. And bring some light. So I'm going along those pleats because that's normally where you'd get a darker look, and I'm going in there on the little cuff. So it's elasticized, I would say, the look. And I'll drag that color back down with the lighter color. So I've started with light, I went in with the dark, and I'm bringing back down the light. So as you bring more color in, it'll get darker. So I'm still using the light color there. So it'll blend as it dries, and then you can work through it. There's a little bit of a scarf there that I can see. So I am going in with some petal pink. Well, I think it's a scarf. And then for the paper around the bouquet, I am going to use some pale papaya. So I'm starting with the light. And it doesn't matter, you don't fuss too much around those leaves and things, because we'll work over that. I don't know whether you can hear. Our cat's gone, one of them has gone crazy. So it's making these weird crying noises. She's running up and down the stairs, and she wants her sister to wake up. The sister's sleeping, and she doesn't like her sister sleeping. She wants her to play. So I'm bringing in the dark pale papaya here. And so under would be darker because the light's not hitting it as much. And bringing in some shading there, right? So that would be the darkest. All right, so next I have got my Soft Sea Foam, I'm bringing in the light color. I'm going to color these leaves, but it's obviously a very, it's not a very defined image, right? So, but you do want to bring in some color. So I'm just doing some light flicks here. Oops, so it's not defined much at all. Then I'll go in with my dark. And just doing that adds that little bit of color, and the image is not strong. So you don't have to be fussy. So I've just done some lines. As I do this, I want to make it more like a rustic look. So I brought in my cinnamon cider, and just very lightly, I'm just doing some light marks there. So it's bringing in that like autumn sort of touch. It's just a touch of extra color, but it blends in with that pale papaya. And then I will go back in with my dark Soft Sea Foam and blend that in. So I added very little cinnamon cider, but it's just enough to add that little bit of color. For the skin, I am using crumb cake. We do have an ivory, but it's good to have like your different skin tones. I've missed a bit of the paper there. So I colored her in crumb cake, but I added some extra, the darker color in there. You can get various skin tones by mixing colors as well, so you're not restricted. Then, so that's the darker crumb cake which I brought in, and I will blend that in. So that's her colored in. I'll put away my stamping blends for now. And what we're going to do is die cut the image out. So I'll bring in my stamping cut and emboss machine. Sorry, it's pretty close to the camera, but we'll just try and show you. So I'm using that as a banner. And I'll add some washi just to make sure after all our effort of coloring that does not move. Run that through our machine. So that's a tag or a banner done. Then we are going to emboss the cinnamon cider portion of the card, And I've got our Pretty Flowers embossing folder. So this is a regular embossing folder. It's not one of our 3D, so the embossing sandwich is a little bit different. It's the first time I've used this embossing folder. It's so pretty. And that's what it looks like. Now, I'll bring in this is Sahara Sand, our card base. And we'll glue this directly down there. We'll add a little more glue than normal because it's embossed, and I'll set that directly in the center. Now for pieces of designer series paper, I wanted to be like a grid, or not a grid, but just a pattern behind that, and we're gonna have our label there or tag there, so it's gonna form like a backing. Now you can mark it in pencil if you like where you want your pieces to be. I kind of just went with it, and so my first one, I know it's somewhere there. Then I'll have my tag sitting there. So these are cut at 2.5 by 10, yeah, across 10 across there. And then I will have one there. And then I'm going to do I think the bottom one there, so I know where it is going to sit. So my glue is my pencil. I'm just knowing where that's going to sit. And then I can put that smack in the middle. So this is Pearl Papaya, this paper. So I matched up my coloring. We'll put some dimensionals on that. And we've got to do a sentiment as well. So I've got bit of cardstock for that. Do you like that color scheme? I like that, how the combination of it's cinnamon cider, soft succulent, pale papaya. So it's all in colors in there. We did throw in a bit of soft sea foam on that. Okay. I've just got a bit of scrap just for our sentiment. I'm gonna stamp that in Memento Black, Sending Love, and Christmas Cheer. Sorry, I might be off camera there. I don't know. I have to reconfigure when I'm doing this. So I'll bring in my paper trimmer. this is one of my basic tools. I will put up my list of things I think if you are looking at commencing in card making, there are some things I suggest that might be good for to start with. Now you don't need to have all of those things, but it's just a suggested list, or you can accumulate that as you go. It's like a basic toolkit. Just sometimes it's hard when there's so much out there, you don't know what to pick first. I wanted to go there, so I'm gonna trim that right down. Bring in some double-sided tape. Gonna do something here. I'm gonna put that on the back. Put 2 strips of this. When you press it, it comes off easier. The top comes off easier. That's why I press it. I've got this diamond weave ribbon, and I'm going to use it like a back, like a border. So on either end. So we'll trim that down. It just adds a nice little border. I'll do it on the other end as well. You could have trimmed it in half. I just did it for quickness and simplicity. With some dimensionals. I won't put dimensional on that side. I forgot. I will put some glue on that side. Just that this side is already lifted and then it won't sit properly. I may have to put some double-sided tape on that. We'll see. No, it will sit. It will stick. So that's our card. Hope you get some ideas. I will show you where I got my layout idea from. And this is where I find inspiration from my catalog. And you can use it too. So this is where I got the idea for my layout. Now see those 3 strips this is on page 30 of the catalog. Completely different suite and everything like that. I just picked up on that idea, and that's how I got some inspiration for that. And of course that, and I've just seen that the 2 little banners on the side is 2 little strips on the side is like the lace. So you can pick up little ideas like that from your catalog. If you would like a catalog, please don't hesitate to contact me and I can help you out with that, and it's a free copy and I'll get one out to you. And in about a couple of months, I think we'll be getting a new one, at least as demonstrators. We'll get to see it next month anyway. So please contact me for any help. I'm happy to explain anything to you. So just bear with me while I give this camera a turn now, and try not to spin out while I'm doing that. Okay, we're back. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, you like how we use the ribbons, Alana? You're welcome. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate your time, and I know everyone's busy, so I appreciate you watching. And I'll see you back later on this afternoon. I've just got a class now, but I will be back later on in the afternoon with some more inspiration for you. If I can help you in any way, please don't hesitate to contact me. My number is 0404 255 001, or you can email me at stampingflair@yahoo.com. Thank you, everyone. Have a great afternoon. Bye.